Welcome to the podcast, Can You Take My Shift? Your favorite coworkers are off the clock and back for another episode. Hello! Did you miss us? Are you already turning this podcast off? Welcome back to a new year, not a new us. We're still here. Your co-hosts are still Kelsey and Amy.
Still in the same place.
Yeah, still on the same floor.
Yep.
Yeah, we have not been replaced by younger and hotter models yet.
Thank God.
Yeah.
Please, no.
Yeah, but this is the first podcast of 2022. We did take a little bit of a longer break than we initially expected to.
Yeah. But, life happens. We decided to stream instead, and that was pretty fun.
No, that was really fun. Even though I lost terribly.
Yeah, you did. I somehow got second. I don't know how that happened.
I blame the yellow gin.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we got to a certain point where, we don't even remember. The end of that stream, looking back, I don't remember any of that.
Yeah, so for those who didn't watch the stream, first of all, how dare you?
Yeah. How dare you? You're a fake fan.
Fake fan.
Yeah.
Secondly, we decided to play Mario Party Superstars with two of our friends. And we decided to have, a drink, because why not? We're hanging out. One drink turned into two. 2 drinks turned into 3. And in each of these drinks, there was probably... Kelsey, how much alcohol did you put in every single one of these drinks?
Enough.
And the worst thing was, I couldn't taste it.
Yeah.
Which is so crazy, because we had this lemon gin that you're...
So over Christmas time, one thing Trevor and I put on our Christmas list was we wanted alcohol for a bar. So we wanted because you want to make cocktails, but you don't want to buy a whole bottle of liqueur.
Yeah.
So we just asked for stuff for a bar. Well, we got this lemon gin. I can't remember who it was from, but on New Year's Eve. We can talk. So New Year's Eve, it was just the 4 of us. We were supposed to do this thing with our friends, but restrictions were absolutely no New Year's Eve plans whatsoever. So I wore my sparkly dress in our kitchen.
Yep.
Yeah. Amy did not break anything this New Year's.
Didn't break anything. Didn't puke. I don't think I puked last year, but anyway,
No.
Didn't break anything.
You broke so many things.
Yeah, I broke my Nintendo Switch Joy-Con, and I broke a bunch of plastic champagne cups
and a box.
Yeah.
And a game box, not just a regular recycling box.
So it wasn't great for me last year.
But we were playing games, and I was like, all right, you have to take a shot of this lemon gin. It was like drinking straight pines.
It was so bad. I was like, I never want to drink again after having that shot. And I think... Oh, no, what it was is I dared you to take a shot of it.
Yeah.
And then because of the rules of the game, we were buddies. And I was like, God damn it, now I have to take a shot of this. So that backfired on me.
Yeah, exactly. You did that to me.
So anyway, I got revenge on myself.
But then when we were playing Mario Party, we ran out of liquor. So we had the yellow gin. So I was like, okay, well, maybe I'll whip something up with this. I think it was vodka, yellow gin, Sprite.
Yeah, I don't know
and then lime juice.
And it was good drink, but the scary thing was that you couldn't taste the alcohol, and there was multiple liqueurs in it. So I went back to, I was trying to clip some things. And I pulled some clips because I was hoping to make a little clip video, but some of the clip videos are not appropriate. And I have been informed that some people have listened to this podcast. And I'm sorry. I just wasn't comfortable putting some of this stuff out on social because we talk, we swear, we say bad things. Yeah. But some of it got a little crazy.
We got a little rambunctious.
A little rowdy.
Yeah, you know what?
So
I blame the yellow gin.
Yeah, I blame that.
I cannot be held accountable for anything I do or say on yellow gin.
Yes. So it was a good time. Yeah. It was fun. Thank everyone who came by to watch. Thank you so much for your support. It was super fun. Sorry we got a little messy.
Yeah, no, I looked back at the VOD and it had over 200 views, I think.
I think like 100.
Oh, I think it was more than that.
I don't know.
I'm giving you way too much credit then.
Probably. But thank you.
Well, like, I like to look at the VODs because I started streaming. That's new.
Yes.
So I just I got into the streaming game because if Amy does it, I have to do it too.
Yeah, you don't have an original bone in your body.
Absolutely not. And so I stream The Sims now. I've done a few Sims streams, and it's going okay. I have this cute, adorable little trait where if I'm not successful or good at something right away, I want to stop doing it. And I'm doing my best to not. Am I 100% jealous of how fast you got to affiliate? Okay. Absolutely.
Yes, but can we talk about... I keep telling this to you because Kelsey started streaming. It's great, and I love that for you. Kaylee started streaming. It's great. I love that for you. Our friend Emma's also started streaming. Great. Love this all for you. Can y'all please not look at me as the blueprint? Because I went into streaming with a little bit of clout already behind me. I'm not gonna lie. I got very lucky because, yes, my partner streams. And I didn't really this is like an issue I have and we talk about all the time because in their Discord channel they have like a stream starting channel where you just post where you're going live, and they asked me why don't you ever use that channel? That's what it's there for. And I was like, I don't want you to think that I'm just using you for content. And this is a constant argument we have, even when they're like, I was the one who wanted to start streaming with you in the first place. I've asked you to do so many more content things. But I'm like, you want to grow a little bit yourself.
Yeah.
Try to find your own place. But I did have a small little community behind me. And then it just so happened that, the game that I started streaming first, Kingdom Hearts, has a decent sized community behind it. And so, I don't know, the first couple months of me streaming, I got really good at selling myself, and my streams, I got rated a decent amount, so I gained my followers pretty fast. Then I hit a plateau. I hit 100, and then I didn't go for a very long time. But don't look at me as the blueprint.
I'm not. No, I mean, we are the Streamy Girl group,
yes.
Or the Streamsters. I don't know. We're workshopping the name.
Yes, we're working on it. If
Yeah.
anyone's got any suggestions, let us know.
But yes, so I stream The Sims and only The Sims so far. And I mean, I don't stream at a popular time. I stream Sunday mornings.
Yes.
Which is not a hugely popular time, but it's the time that works best for me.
Yes.
So if anybody would like, I'm going to plug myself now and then we'll continue on with the episode.
All right.
If anyone would like to follow me, I need to get 50 followers. I currently have 15. So it's, again, no, it's something different. It's not my tech. It's my gamer tech.
Yes, which we've had explained to Kelsey multiple times.
Call me by my gamer tech.
Yes.
It's Babushka Pete's. And I made this for Trevor because I made a Twitch account so I could chat in Trevor's chat when he ate 11 bananas. Not this time, the previous time.
Yes, this is something that your boyfriend has done multiple times.
So yeah, I think it was when he made affiliate.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it was a subscriber thing. He'd eat a banana for every new subscriber.
Jeez.
And this is when we first started dating, and I was very on the fence. I was like, what is going on? And then you came into the room and you're like, are you sure you're
this is the man you've decided to be with.
Yeah.
But I was here for it. Again, in this household, as many of you know, we love a good dedication to the bit.
Oh, God, we do.
But what we don't like is potassium poisoning.
Okay, but you have to eat way more than that. He has looked this up, okay?
Okay.
Just the whole eating so many carrots you turn orange, the amount of carrots you have to eat is it's you would throw up first.
That is fair. That is fair. It's just still alarming, and I don't think his stomach liked him very much the next day.
No, it did not.
No.
It very much did not.
Yeah, has a lot of potassium.
Yeah. But what else is new? Oh, know what else is new? So while I was streaming, Trevor's friend Cam, when I first got my job, I told him, and he was like, oh, they've talked to me about coming to work there. And I'm like, you should come work there and be my work best friend, because you always got to have a work best friend.
Absolutely.
And he never came to work there. And then I was streaming and he was talking about it, and I was like, oh yeah, I quit. And he's like, what do you mean you quit? And I was like, sorry, I guess I don't have to pressure you to come work with me anymore. So I quit my job.
Yes, Kelsey's big old girl bossing too close to the sun Kelsey exploded.
Okay.
Just a bit.
So I worked at a school, and there's term rollover. And term rollover happened at Christmas time. So it was already stressful. So the person who was supposed to be my boss, so you had the big boss, and then you had the boss under her, and then you had me. Well, she quit, and we never found a replacement. So her job got split between 3 people. So I'd barely been doing this new job for 2 weeks, plus I had her duties. And then the big boss, she had incredulous expectations for someone who had been doing a job for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And also doing part of somebody else's job. And it caused me to have more than one full-blown breakdown. I was so stressed every single night. I came home exhausted and crying every single night. Term rollover was absolutely awful. I had students threaten me. So we have this professionalism grade. And if you are absent and you have an unexcused absence, it's minus 5%. And the professionalism grade is 15%. But if, like, let's say you're sick, you get a doctor's note, it's 100% excused. Or if you're sick or you call in and you don't have a doctor's note, as long as you do a makeup shift,
you're good.
You're excused. You don't lose any percent. Well, this student, she had met all her graduation requirements, so she just didn't want to work her shifts.
Oh, no.
Yeah, because we had, like, a student clinic that the students had to work their shifts at. And so she just called in, and so she got a 0 because she called in 3 times and never did a makeup shift, and none of them were excused. And this was also the time that those horrific floods were happening.
Yeah.
So I had another student who was like, I can't get there. Like, my house is underwater, and she's like, I can't get a doctor's note, and, like, I don't have time to do a makeup shift. I'm like, it's fine, it's excused. We're
making an exception because this is an exceptional circumstance.
But she also came to talk to me about it. This student in her email was like, how dare you give me a 0? You think I'm unprofessional? This is unprofessional. My family was affected by the floods and I was helping them. You have no empathy whatsoever. And she goes on in this email, and I was like, you never came to talk to me about that. You just didn't show up. I understand things happen, but you have to say something happened.
Yeah.
Because I'm not going to be empathetic to you if you don't even give a reason. And she was like, you need to, oh God, what did she say? She's like, you better be nicer to the students in the future because the relationship with past students can really affect you in your future. And I'm like, are you threatening me right now? Like, what is this email? And I show it to the dean of the school. Uh-huh. I'm like, what do I do? And he said, use it as a dartboard.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I mean, love a man with a sense of humor.
Yeah. And this student was one of the most hated students. Oh. So, I asked one time, whenever a student would be mean to me, I would ask other people, I was like, has this student ever been, rude to you? And, sometimes I would go and I, said her name, and everyone literally, in the room groaned. This student managed to piss off every single administrator. And every single teacher.
Oh, that's impressive.
Yeah, but how dare I fail them for being unprofessional?
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Sweetie, I think you might be is she the drama?
Am I the drama? That was I couldn't. And then I had I couldn't deal with the students. So my boss was awful with the amount she was demanding of me.
Yes.
She was demanding an unreasonable amount. She was bullying me. She was making me feel worthless. I was so upset every single day. And then the students were awful to me because I was trying to do my very first term rollover all by myself with no help. And of course mistakes were made because I was given an unrealistic timeline.
Yes, of course. And you were doing 5 jobs outside of your regular
and I was
role.
working 12-hour days and not getting paid any overtime whatsoever.
Yep.
One time I tried to come home and I was like, oh, I'll fix the mistakes tomorrow. No, you need to fix them tonight. So I'm like at our house, you know, I don't have access to the server, trying to use the limited things I do have to fix all this. I'm like sitting at your computer because my laptop is like can't handle the programs I'm trying to run. And I'm like, this is awful. I'm just trying to, this is Christmas time. And I'm like, I can see my family. I want to see my family. And so I was working Christmas Eve and I'd been putting in like 12-hour days.
Yeah.
So I was like, I am leaving at Christmas Eve because I want to go to Trevor's grandparents' house for Christmas Eve like dinner because they start earlier.
Yeah.
And so I came in early, did all my work, and then at noon, I left. I didn't say anything. I left.
Yeah.
And my boss was like, I literally told my other coworker, I was like, so are you okay? And he's like, yeah. And I was like, do you need anything? I was like, I am going to leave. And he's like, run. Just run. And I ran. And she was like, how dare you leave? And I was like, it's Christmas Eve. I've done all my work. I've been working extra hours every single day. Well, that's not how payroll works. I'm salary.
Yeah, if that's not how payroll works, I'm salary, then it doesn't matter.
Yeah. Like, I have put in, I'm not getting paid any extra work for all the so many extra hours I worked. And I'm trying to leave 3 hours early.
What does David say in Schitt's Creek? Eat glass?
Yeah, eat glass.
Eat glass.
So I also turned my phone on Do Not Disturb.
Oh, I would have blocked her. I'd been like, sorry, something happened with my phone.
Yeah. And then I had a very lovely Christmas.
Good.
Yeah, it was very busy.
Yes, as most people's Christmases are.
Mm-hmm. But I got to see my family. I got to see Trevor's family. And then when I came back to work, it was more awful. They also decided to tear up all the floors too, and then they had to...
Yeah, that was very weird.
And they had to put everything in my office, so I could barely get... Because my office, they weren't going to tear up the floor in my office, which is fair. Did need a... carpet was still fine. The carpet in the main part was... Oh my god, it was awful.
Yeah. So
they put everything in my office, so I could barely get in.
Oh my god.
I was like... I literally joked welcome to my trash room, and nobody laughed. And I was like, I'm surrounded by shit in here. So when I came back after Christmas, I was like, I need to find a new job, and I need to find one now. So I did. I started applying for jobs, and because I was kind of going two ways. Do I want to either pursue what I went to school for, public relations, social media management, marketing? So I applied to a bunch of jobs. Didn't hear anything.
Yep. So
I was like, okay, well, I'm very, very stressed. My anxiety is coming, crippling. Every morning, I was so full of dread. Mm-hmm. I was like, I have no energy. I wanted to start streaming. Mm-hmm. I barely posting on my social media. I was having fun, making TikToks, but now I literally, work, eat, sleep.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, well, if I haven't had any luck in the marketing side, I can go back to reception. I am a damn good receptionist.
Absolutely.
That's weird. That's something that people, I don't know. So I also went to the doctor because I was having a lot of health problems. And I'm right now being in the midst of being diagnosed with high-functioning anxiety and ADHD, which TikTok has been trying to tell me I've had.
Yeah, TikTok knows a lot of things before you ever do. Thanks, TikTok.
And I was like, I don't have ADHD. I don't. You know what's a really good job for people who have ADHD?
Reception. I could see that because it's monotonous.
Monotonous, yeah.
I literally cannot say that word.
But it can be it's high-faced with task switching.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. It changes just enough.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm like, God damn, it makes sense. So I was like, okay, I will apply to some receptionist jobs, but the receptionist job has to pay me more than what I'm currently making.
Which is fair.
Which, when you look right now, I was getting severely underpaid at my last job. For someone in my position, I should have been making, I was making, for my salary, I should have been making $10,000 more than what I looked at the standard salaries and I was like...
Did you not look at that before you got your...
No, I got the offer because, I girl bossed and I was like, I didn't think I was qualified and I honestly don't know if I was qualified. I think I was qualified for the title, but not the level of work that was put on me because because I was the administrative coordinator.
Yeah.
But I was also doing the part of the clinic manager's job. Like, I was no way qualified to do the clinic manager's job.
Yeah.
So, but I also, like, knew that I wasn't 100% qualified for the job. So I didn't question the pay.
Nah. Okay, next time we're gonna make sure that you research, because you told me, and I thought you'd done your due diligent research.
Yeah. No.
So next time, okay.
Yeah.
Lesson learned.
But so with this job, so I was like, okay, I'm gonna find a new job, and so I applied to a bunch of receptionist jobs, and they're all offering more money for like entry-level receptionist jobs. So I was like, okay, you know what, that's fine. Less work, more money, more time for me to do the things I want to do. Like, you know, we didn't come back to the podcast right away because I was so overworked and overwhelmed that we took a little bit of a longer break, which I definitely needed. And so I applied to like 5 receptionist jobs, and I got called for 4 of them.
Nice.
So I got called to a dental office, which you have to go to school for that. But
Yeah, I always thought that was very strange.
Yeah, because a friend of ours, they work at a dental office.
Yeah.
And they went to school for that. No, they called me, and then they told me how much they were offering. They were going to offer me $20 an hour, which is low for a dental receptionist.
Yeah, but maybe it's because you don't have schooling.
Maybe, yeah. And it was also a junior receptionist.
Oh, so that's also.
So I also would have had to work under another receptionist, which is not my favorite thing. And then I got called for BC Ferries, which their front desk people make like $25 an hour.
Oh yeah, they make good bank.
Yeah, but it was casual, so it was like 1 to 2 days a week.
Oh, you can't live on that.
Can't live off that. And then I did an interview at a hair place. So it was like a hair clinic. So it was for people who like have hair loss, like due to cancer, alopecia, and all that stuff. And they mainly dealt with like human hair wigs. So I did an interview there, and they in their job posting were offering the most money out of all the jobs, but something felt a little off. So because my one concern is I love women. I love women.
Absolutely. Who doesn't?
Yeah. But salons can be very toxic. And there was this really bad employee review on Glassdoor.
Yes.
That had like been written 5 days before my interview.
Oh.
So I was very concerned because it talked about this company would not fully pay you. Like, you need to check every single paycheck because like they will constantly try to not pay you the right amount. Like, it's a toxic workplace. Like, I wanted to make a difference, and it made me like hate my life. But it was the only review because now after working quite a few places, I very much research the company before I even go for the interview, because there was another job that sounded great. It was for NYX underwear.
Yes.
And then I looked up the employee reviews. Horrendous.
Oh, damn.
They are so bad. Like, everyone's like, the message is great, the company is shit. Like, everybody hates the CEO. And then the CEO is literally like in like Glassdoor, like, how dare everybody accuse me of this? Like, I'm so sick of these reviews. And I'm like, girl, PR 101.
Yeah, I'm like, if it's like a one-off, okay, whatever.
Yeah.
If you're going through every single review, someone take her account away.
Exactly. Like, when I worked at the salon, when an employee got fired, she left a fake review on Google Reviews. You can get that stuff removed.
You can.
Yeah, she made a fake review. It's like, oh, my wife came in and you burnt off her lady bits.
That's not possible. It's wax. That's not how that works.
Yeah. So I did the interview, and they wanted me to work a shadow shift on a Saturday that was unpaid.
Nope.
And that was a red flag there.
Red flag!
Which made me sad because they were offering the most, and I love wigs.
Exactly. It would have been nice.
Yeah.
And like hair loss stuff, that's great too. But it's just, when places make you do unpaid work, even if it's one shift, no.
Like,
hey,
like my job that I just left, I had a shadow shift there, and that was fully paid.
As it should be.
Yeah, and
which
then
is how we thought it would be a respectable workplace.
Exactly.
At
the time. So I did another job interview for the place where I work now, and due to confidentiality, I can't really say much.
It's an office.
I work in an office. I do reception, and they were offering a little bit less than the hair place, but more than the dental office.
Okay.
And more than I'm making now.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're good.
Yeah, exactly. I got, I think, a $4,000 a yearly raise.
Oh, let's go.
And so I've just started this job. Mm-hmm. And at first I was like, oh my God, did I make the wrong decision? Because, you know, you go from something you know to something brand new.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh my God, like, nobody's really friendly here. I'm also the youngest person who works here. Mm-hmm. Everyone's, like, very busy and has their own thing going on. And then I was like, oh no, like, because it's a brand new software system. 2 days later, the software, already figured out the software system.
See, you're good.
When I was doing my interview, she was like, oh, have you worked with the software system before? And I was like, no, but I've worked with multiple software systems, and they take me a couple days. Once when you just figure out, because most software systems, you only end up pressing about 10 buttons.
Yeah.
And as soon as you, like, memorize where the 10 buttons are, totally fine. So my new job is different, but it's 10 times less stress. Although I did my first 2 days, my coworker training me, she was like, yeah, it's not very busy. This is pretty quiet. So it will pick up.
Yes.
But it's not going to be nearly as stressful. Also, like, people, like, general public people are not allowed to come in because of COVID,
nice.
Which is really nice. And, like, they're, like, half the workplace works from home. Due to COVID, because this workplace is very serious about COVID, which made me mad that my last workplace wasn't, like, we were serious about it, but also my boss would walk around without a mask or, like, half down, or she'd never pull it over her nose.
Which is crazy because you dealt with the public and students.
We dealt with the public and students. And then, like, some of my coworkers, like, were not vaccinated. Like, one of my coworkers, I liked her as a person, but it made me so frustrated that she wasn't vaccinated. And, like, on my last day, she's like, oh, like, we'll go for a drink. And I was like, or you could just get vaccinated. It's not getting on the soapbox, but, like, I have family members who I refuse to see because they're not vaccinated.
No, that's fair.
Yeah.
It's your choice, and if they get upset at that, it's also, like, it's on them at that point.
Like, I refuse to see my aunt and uncle.
Yeah.
Because they won't get vaccinated. And it's very frustrating. But anyways, back to the other job. But it's okay. But, like, yeah, I'm like, this is... So, yeah, I would keep telling them, I was like, no, this isn't what I want to do with my life. But I am not stressed. I get to wake up an hour later, which is nice.
Yeah, that's super nice.
I get to go to my work. I also get an hour lunch. Like, I get an hour, like, it is unpaid, but I get an hour unpaid lunch.
Which is what you should have been getting in the first place.
My last job, I got a half-hour unpaid lunch. I never took that lunch. I literally took my food at my desk and ate it, because if I left for my lunch for, like, 30 minutes... I'd come back to a bunch of voicemails like, where are you?
Would you be like that Community meme where, what's his name is, like, holding the pizza?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then the whole room is burning?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was, like, awful. I could never leave for my lunch. I would literally, like, close my office door to try to eat my lunch. People would be banging on my door. I'm like, let me eat my lunch.
Yeah, I found it absolutely insane that you worked... technically, like, a 9-hour day.
Yeah.
And only got paid, like, 30 minutes. And I'm like, or unpaid. I'm like, that feels illegal. I know it's not, but it feels illegal.
Yeah, and then now I get an hour unpaid, and I'm like, cool, I'll go to the mall.
Yeah, like, what do I do?
Yeah, what do I do? Like, this is weird.
Yep.
But it's great, and it's relaxing, and I come home, and I'm not exhausted.
Yep.
I leave... Like, I don't take my work home with me anymore.
That is fair. And that is good.
Yeah.
There needs to be a separation.
Exactly. So, yes, that is the update with me. And then, since I quit, what did Amy do?
Oh, yeah. So everyone knows that I ended up getting a job at Kelsey's school. I worked a total of 4 shifts. And as soon as Kelsey was like, I'm thinking of quitting, I'm like, okay, cool, I'm gone. I'm not staying.
We were that meme. What are you quitting? No, I'm quitting when you're quitting.
Yeah.
Okay, when you put your 2 weeks in, I'll put my 2 weeks in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so my job was a little different. Like, I was just... I was reception. I was what you started off with, but it was on Saturdays, and you were the only person in the office. Mm-hmm. And the first 2 shifts I had were with the other receptionist who was training me, who was leaving. And, like, it was fine. Like, thankfully, it wasn't too busy. But I had, I think, like, 3 shifts by myself. Oh, my God, I wanted to die. Like, I wanted to die. Mm-hmm. And it wasn't... it wasn't that the people were like overly awful or anything. I have a couple stories that I will get into. But it was just a kind of the same situation you were in. The amount of work that they expected me to do by myself while being asked a million questions, having to sit there and answer the phone, was kind of ridiculous. Like, it was absolutely insane to me. Because, like, again, like you said, you only got an unpaid 30 minutes. So did I. The 3 shifts I got, or the 5 shifts I worked, 2 of them I got to take it. But that's because I was with the other receptionist training. That was it. Like, I had to sit there on the phone. I literally, I think one of my breaks, I literally had to, like, sit with this person and book their appointments for the next, like, 3 weeks. And I was like, this is stupid. I want to sit here and eat. Or, like, students would come up and ask me questions. Or the instructors would come up and ask me questions. And I'm like, I don't know. Or then the instructor we get frustrated, being like, there's this new thing that got added. Or, like, there's this new form. Do you know about it? And I'm like, I have not been told. No idea. So there's always just like a weird amount of disconnect. And it sucked because I worked there 1 day a week. I didn't know anything. I didn't know what was going on. So I'd have to be like, unfortunately, like, you have to email them and hopefully they'll answer it on Monday. The students were very lovely. I got all the little baby
Yeah,
kids.
you got all the first years.
Yeah, I got all the first years. They were very sweet because there's like a student receptionist on the weekends. Literally, they just had to go open the door for people. But they were all very nice. They did their jobs. They caused me no issues at all. Some of the teachers, very annoying. So they expected me to know so many things. And I was like, I literally just started here. How long have you been teaching here? And why don't you know this? I don't know what you want me to do. But it was my last day. And I didn't tell anyone I was leaving. I'm like, I've known these people like 3 weeks. They don't care. I've seen them 4 times. They will forget about me in a heartbeat. I don't care enough. But these girls call the salon and they're like, hi, like, we're looking to book appointments for today. Like, do you have spots available? And I was like, oh, yeah. I think it was like 1 or 2 o'clock in the afternoon. So I was like, oh, the only slots we have left for today are 3:30 and 3:45. And this really hasn't been said on the podcast before, but like, it was like a massage. Like, they were wanting to book massages.
Yeah, it was a massage school.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so I was like, okay, yeah. And they were like, oh, like, is there anyone in the school who can do, like, deep tissue massages? And I was like, no, these are all, like, first years. They just know, like, the most basic things. And then she's like, oh, do you know which student is the best one? I was like, again, they're all taught the same.
That was such my biggest pet peeve because people had asked me that and I, like, of course I knew which students were better than others. But I just went, oh, I think they're all fantastic. I couldn't possibly pick a favorite.
Yeah, I literally said, I was like, unfortunately, I've never been massaged by any of these students because I work when they're practicing, so I can't go get a massage from them. But I'm sure they still are great. Like, this is their first year. They're just beginners. And the girl was like, in the middle of me explaining all this to you, she was like talking with her friend in the background. So I'd hear like, Michelle, like whatever going on in the background. She'd be like, what? Sorry, can you say that again? And I'm like, but, you know, trying to be composed. And she goes, okay, like, me and my friend just want to book an appointment. And I was like, okay, do you want 3:30 or 3:45? And she goes, wait. Do you have, like, a male therapist? And I was like, there's one slot with a male. And it's like, oh, yeah, because his hands would be, like, really strong and firm, right? And I was like, okay, beside all your misogynistic, sexist bullshit, sure, I'll book you in with him. And yeah, you can book my friend with whoever else. Like, she doesn't care. We just want to go for massages. Okay, great. We'll see you at 3:30. Hangs up. I'm doing my little silly task. It's my last day. I'm just trying to get everything done. So, like, when they come in on Monday, there's less to do. Phone rings about 5 minutes later. Same fucking girl. She goes, oh, actually, me and my friend, I don't think we're going to be able to make our 3:30 appointments. Like, can we move them at all? And I was like, well, the only other spots I have are 3:45. And she's like, well, I have my dog with me, and I don't know if I can get home in that amount of time. Is there anyone in the building that could look after dogs? No, there's no one. Is there anyone I could pay to look after my dog? I guess this was a missed opportunity on my end because I could have been like, yeah, $3,000.
$3,000. Yeah.
$3,000.
Yeah.
Easy money.
Yeah.
I did not. I was like, no, we are a office building. There's nothing around.
Yeah.
We're very much like we're downtown. Like, go home.
Yeah, unless it's a service dog, no.
No. And she's like, okay, well, I can make it home at like, it was like, can you just move us both to 3:45? And I was like, okay, but unfortunately the male student that you want is not available at that time. And she's like, why not? Because there is a certain time slot that the students are filling in for, and his slot starts at 3:30. Well, can't he just wait 15 minutes for me to get there?
No.
No. How it works is if you're late for your appointment, sucks to suck, it cuts into your massage time.
Yeah.
Which I said to her in a very professional manner. Not in that tone.
You didn't say sucks to suck, bitch.
I should have. I really should have. It's my last day. What are they going to do? So she's like, okay, but like, which other student is like the best who could like give me a deep tissue? And I was like, again, like I said to you on the phone, they're all beginners. They're all the same.
Can we also preface that this massage costs $30?
Yes. You're not paying
$30.
You're paying $30, okay?
Yeah.
What do you expect?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, you cannot write this off in your insurance. It's not claimable. But it's $30. And you're still gonna have, like, you're at least gonna feel relaxed.
Yeah.
That's the point.
I have paid way more for like, the students are all very good.
Yes.
Like, I have paid way more money for a god awful. I remember one time I had, I think the worst massage of my life was this woman. I was like, this is too much pressure. No, you're fine.
Oh, that's not good at all.
I was like, I'm not into this. Like, I'm not into this at all. Please stop.
Yeah. So she's like, okay, just like book me in at 3:45. We'll see you then. And I was like, okay, great. This is also the last, 3:45 is the last appointment slot of the day. So I have to leave and get everyone's payments and do all of my work on my end before, like, by 4:30. So that's not a lot of time. So they come in. Also, they're late to their 3:45 appointment. It's like 3:50, whatever. They come in, and they're what I like to describe as your, like, typical Vancouver bimbos. Long, fake hair, puffer jackets, wearing sunglasses. They have their masks on, thank God. But they keep talking about, like, you know when they, like mean girls are just trying to make conversation with you, but like you can tell that they're like talking down to you. That's how they were talking to me. And I was like, you just get the fuck out of here. Like, I don't want you here anymore. And they kept saying like, oh, like, I'll pay for my friend. Like, I'm her sugar mama. Ha 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 ha. And like, can I claim this? And I was like, no, you can't claim this. She's like, I'm just going to write it off anyway. This is a business expense. Like, all very typical, like, bimbo Vancouver sugar baby things. And I was like, can you just fucking go to your appointment?
Yeah.
So they were late. And so one of the students comes out and is like, oh, I'm looking for, I don't know, it was like Kayla or some BS name. And she goes and she's like, oh my gosh, are you my massage therapist? Can you give me a deep tissue? And I was like, ma'am, how many times have we gone fucking through this? This is not, this is not that. And the student literally reiterates me like, I'm a beginner, so I will do what I have been taught, like with a little bit of deeper pressure if that's what you would like. And so she's like, okay, great, leaves and goes through. I'm like, thank fucking God, I can now start doing my checkout things. My dumb brain, though, they forgot to fill out their little intake forms. And before I even booked in their appointments, I did ask them if they had any claims, because we can't take anybody with insurance claims. And they both said no. Well, they go to their rooms. Apparently one of the girls had been in a car accident 3 weeks ago. Didn't say that she was going to make a claim, but it's still a liability.
Yeah.
And then the other girl apparently didn't want to wear her mask. She decided that she was going to walk in with her mask on, thank God. But during the appointment, no, I don't want to wear it. So the teachers had to go deal with that, and like the students did too.
And like the thing is, there is mask signs before you enter the building, before you enter the office, in every single treatment room.
Yeah.
Like, it's also a provincial mandate.
And it literally says in the building, if you don't wear a mask during your appointment and don't comply, you will be asked to leave.
Yeah.
So the lady finally agreed, And, like, we got their forms all filled out. And I felt bad about the forms because, like, I also forgot to give them to them. That's on me. They were new. I just forgot, but they were making me so flustered that I was like, can you just fucking get out of here? And so this teacher came over to me and she's like, did they not wear their masks when they came in? I was like, no, they were obnoxious, but, like, they wore their masks. So that's all I can really ask of them. And the teacher goes, I wonder if they were at that anti-mask rally that was downtown today. Because they were talking about how they were downtown, and when they were on the phone, there was people, like, in the background. So I'm like, honestly, would not put it past them. They kind of seem like those type of people.
Like, and here's what so, like, in the school, we had, in clinic, there was 7 classes of students, between 20 to 30 students. Half of an entire class got COVID. Like, especially when like, Omicron was at its peak. Half that class got COVID. And, like, they're all vaccinated. And that's why people were getting COVID, because we don't... Like, the students didn't have to be vaccinated unless they went. So the school does these things called charity outreaches where they go to places and give free massage. Like, Ronald McDonald House was one of them. And if you went to a charity outreach, you had to be vaccinated because it's our most vulnerable population.
Makes sense.
So 90%, 95% of the students were vaccinated. Mm-hmm. It was very interesting for me once I had because I had the list of every single student who was vaccinated and the ones that were not, because I had to set, like, I planned the outreaches. I had to send them to the outreaches.
Yes.
And it made, and I was, like, a little annoyed because one student who massaged me was not vaccinated, and I was like, damn it. Yeah. I was like, this makes me really mad. But the fact that, like, we didn't force it, but if you wanted to go to a charity outreach, you had to be. And one student got mad at me. They're like, well, the people who get to go to the charity outreaches, they get more hours. And I was like, and they're like, so you're going to give me extra hours here? And I was like, no, it's your choice not to get vaccinated. You can't go to a charity outreach. Sucks to suck. We're not going to give you any extra hours.
Do you really think that you want to go to someplace like the Ronald McDonald House where there's, like, 3-year-olds with incompromised immune systems that are not going to be able to fight off whatever the heck you're bringing in?
Yeah.
Do you want to be responsible for that child?
Exactly.
Like I would have guilt tripped them like crazy.
Ronald McDonald House is kicking out everybody who's not vaccinated. Well, they're not kicking out. They're finding new places for them to live. And that made me really mad that people were going off about, Ronald McDonald House is kicking us out. No, they're finding alternate accommodations for you.
It's a very messy situation.
It was so messy.
Yeah. If anyone doesn't know, there's a situation where Ronald McDonald House put in a vaccine mandate for anyone over the age of 5.
It was either 5 or 12.
It's whatever age you can get the vaccine now.
Yeah.
And I think it's
5. Yeah.
So anyone who's under the age of 5, unfortunately, has to find other places to live. That also includes patients. So it gets very messy because it's like you understand where they're coming from, because it's also putting these very at-risk people under the age of 5 at risk because they need to leave. But then there's also the shitty parents who don't want to get vaccinated.
Yeah.
And it's like, what makes you think, like, your child's already immune compromised and you're not going to get vaccinated?
Mm-hmm. And they've also had these in place for a while now. They just weren't strictly enforcing them.
Yes.
And they weren't kicking people out. They were finding other accommodations for you.
Yes.
They weren't saying, sex to suck, your kid's dying, but since you don't get vaccinated, out under a bridge. But
like 24 hours. Like, no, they were trying to give people ample time. Mm-hmm. It's a very messy situation, which sucks.
And they did give people ample time, and the deadline arrived.
Yes.
They had given a 2-month, like, people don't know that they had given, like, a 2-month.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, hey, like, you need to be vaccinated if you want to stay here. And now it was, okay, here's the deadline. It's like when your paper is due. You have 2 months to do it.
If you wait till last minute, you're only probably going to get a C.
Yeah.
That's a call out to me.
It's okay, same here. Yeah. So it was like, dealing with that was a messy situation. But, like, it was so frustrated. And yeah, like, half a class, when I came back from Christmas, like, I was literally coming into class and it was like, I've tested positive.
Oh, a bunch of people at my work tested positive too. Like, it's just a crazy world. Mm-hmm. Like, it's a lot.
Yeah. I mean, I got my booster. I'm now 5G.
Yes.
Yeah. Triple homophobic Pfizered up.
Let's go.
Yeah. Yeah. When I went to get my vaccine, she, like, because some people are mixed.
Yes.
And she was like, I just recommend you get a third Pfizer because you didn't have any reactions to the second one.
Yeah.
So, because like my first dose, I was extremely exhausted, but that was about it. But my second dose, not a single. Like my arm was like a little tender if you like, hit my arm. Yeah, it was like tender, but that was it. So she's like, yeah, let's not like fuck around with side effects.
Yeah. Yeah. I think after my second dose, I just had this headache that would not go away no matter what I did. My first dose, I was absolutely exhausted. Third, I had a headache. It wasn't as bad as the second time, and I was tired. I think I was like, I'm feeling okay. I'm gonna take out the garbage. I'm gonna take out the recycling. I'm gonna take out the compost. We can do this all in one go. I came back home and I was like, I'm not doing anything else for the rest of the day.
Oh my God.
I was done. Yeah. I was like, okay, that's my physical activity for the next week. So
yeah. No, when I got mine, so I've gotten all three of mine at Canada Place.
Yes.
Which I had to wait an hour for my third one. But they had the line, like when I saw the line outside, I was like, oh, that's not that bad because the last few times it's been outside, but it's moved quite quickly. Well, now they had you wrapped inside and down and all around. Like I was like, the line's not that big. And then I got downstairs and I was like, oh, shoot. But it was literally like at a theme park because you kept moving.
Oh, so that's nice.
So it didn't feel like an hour.
Yeah.
Because I had downloaded a book on my phone, and you do that like constant little shuffle.
Yeah.
And I was like reading my book, and I was like, oh, that's been an hour, but like it didn't feel like it.
Yes.
Theme parks, no, if they keep you moving, you don't notice.
This is true.
Yeah, but no, triple visored up. Also, the nurse who did my third dose, her and I were chatting away, and I was like, I'm feeling a friendship connection. You know when you like meet someone and you like just easily start chatting, and you're like, oh, like how do I slip you my number in a friendship way?
Like, so this is very platonic.
This is very platonic. I have no romantic interest in you whatsoever. However, I think you're super chill. Like,
I just really like your vibe.
Yeah. I just like remember an old TikTok video. She's like, hey, I know this is super random, but you were like really nice. Do you want to like have a sleepover? Like, do you want to be friends?
I would. Like, I don't know. If that was me, I don't think that's overly creepy, personally. Maybe that's just like a girly thing, though.
I don't know. Yeah, we were just like chat because she was like young. She was probably around our age. And we were just chatting away. And she's like, oh, like, when this like hopefully starts to hopefully die down, are you going to go on vacation? I was like, well, every vacation I've planned has been canceled. I've had like 4 vacations planned. She's like, oh my God, that's devastating. She's like, did you get your money back? And I was like, well, I'm trying to get my money back from this last flight. Oh, me too, girl. And then we started like chatting. And then she was like, oh, I guess I'm going to give you your shot.
That's so cute, though. Yeah. That's so fun.
Yeah, because my first one was a doctor, like an older woman doctor who like explained everything to me.
Yes.
Yeah, she was very like calm, very like analytical. The second guy was here you go.
My first guy, very nice, very friendly.
Yeah.
Just like a young doctor. Just like nice to talk to.
Yeah.
Second guy, older man who kind of scared me because he's like, do you plan on traveling anytime soon? And I kind of was. And he's like, make sure you get all this document, this. And I was like, I got all the documents. Did they ask me for any single one of them? Nope. But I have all these medical documents now. So I guess it's kind of good. At least I have some kind of record of all my shots.
It's better to be over-prepared than under.
This is true.
Yeah.
And then this last time, it was just very much like, you're done.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay.
On your way.
On your way. Yeah. But I did get because now they have like the vaccine eligible for kids who are like 5 and older. They have like, and before they were doing like the I'm COVID-19 vaccinated stickers. They now have them for children.
I'm so jealous because they're so cute.
They're so cute. I think there was 4 of them. I grabbed 2. I grabbed a superhero giraffe who, if he was in charge, we would not be in a pandemic anymore.
Absolutely.
And the other one is like a wizard cat. And I went to the table just to like, because I was just going to grab a sticker anyway, because I think I have a couple. And she's like, here, like, pick any of the stickers. And I was like, oh, these ones have animals. She's like, yeah, take them. And I was like, thank you.
I just walked out because the last 2 times I was handed a sticker as I walked out the door.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
No, I got nosy because I was like, where's my sticker?
Where's my sticker?
Where's my sticker?
Like when you go to the dentist, all right, where's my toy?
Yeah.
I was good. Where's my toy?
I know. I did my civic duty. Where's my treat?
Yeah.
I've been a good girl. Where's my treat?
Oh boy. No, I mean, it's good to do your civic duty. You get your sticker.
Thank you.
Yeah,
The
no.
least I can do.
Exactly. But I think, but that's what we've been up to, kids. It's been good to catch up. I've missed this.
Yes. I'm always like, oh my God, what we're going to talk about? And then it's been an hour.
Yeah.
I'm like, what did we really talk about?
No. Well, bigger and best things.
Bigger and best things.
We both quit our job.
Yes.
Well, you still have your other job.
I still have my other job. I'm not jobless. Thank you.
Yeah, we fully successfully pulled off that when you give me your 2 weeks. I'll give my 2 weeks when you give your 2 weeks. Yeah, but it's good. Hopefully, I feel happier.
That is good. Yes,
I
you
feel
were very
lighter.
stressed.
I was very stressed. I was very sick. So I have more meetings with doctors because I have meeting about the mental health stuff. And I wasn't sure if I would bring up the mental health stuff, but I think when I was talking with my doctor, she's like, we have to take care of our mental health and our physical health. It's just as important or even more important than our physical health. And it's good to destigmatize it. She asked me, is there a history of your family with mental health? And I was like, there could be, but we don't talk about it.
Yeah.
So, and I had brought my anxiety up before because I've always known I've had anxiety, but I just never known how severe it was, and I've never been diagnosed with it. Because the one time I did bring it up to my doctor when I was 18 years old, she said, sounds like it's all in your head. And she retired 6 months later.
Yeah, she was already in her own head. She was checked out.
Yeah, and I told my doctor this, and she's like, yep, sounds about right. Yeah, because so in May of last year, I somehow became allergic to outside. Don't know where that allergy came from. So when I went to the urgent care center, there's this, after going to this urgent care center, I'm like, why would I go to a walk-in clinic ever? There's this one urgent care center in Vancouver that's absolutely amazing. It's always empty when I go in. It's brand new. It's super clean.
Maybe people just don't know about it.
I'm not telling you where it is. It's my urgent care center.
This is fair.
I have a family doctor now.
Yes.
But it's a good urgent care center. If you want to know, you can DM me. I'm not going to say it publicly.
Chelsea's got the goods and she's keeping them to
I'm
herself.
gatekeeping this urgent care center. But they were like, do you want a family doctor? And I was like, yeah, that would be great. So they had this program in Vancouver where they try to find you a family doctor, but it's not guaranteed.
Oh, that's nice, though.
Because I asked for a female specifically, and I asked for it to be kind of close to our house.
Yes.
And they found me a female doctor, 10-minute walk from our house.
Oh, glorious.
So, and she's younger. So she's, I think, probably in her, maybe her late 30s.
Okay.
So she fully listens when I talk because that's a problem with the medical system is I feel like a lot of the time as a woman, your symptoms are brushed off.
Even when I was a kid, I have medical issues and we don't need to get into mine. They're very, very long. But even as when I was a kid, I had to go to doctors and they were basically I had a lot of back issues, and so literally all my doctors told me to do was just stop doing all your sports and you'll be fine.
Stop being happy.
Yeah, just stop living your life.
Yeah.
No, my back problems didn't stop when I stopped doing sports. I still experience them every single day of my life. Mm-hmm. They got no better or no worse, really. Maybe I'm just less sore all the time now. But I was like, really? Mm-hmm. Really, you're really going to tell a 16, 17-year-old the one thing that brings them some amount of joy and happiness, and just stop doing it.
Yeah. But I think it's good to talk about mental health openly.
Absolutely.
And so I am getting help with my mental health.
That is
and
great.
I have left the job that was making it worse.
Yes.
Because when you have mental health issues and then you're working an extremely stressful job, does not help at all. Makes it even worse. But I feel good now, and I think 2022, you're gonna see, we're hopefully gonna put out more content. I know we one of our podcast resolutions was filming our beautiful faces.
We just need to pick a time because we are currently recording this at 9 o'clock at night.
Yes.
We will get there.
Yeah, well, we get there. We were busy today, okay? I streamed. We had Trevor's family over.
It was busy.
It was a busy day. Yeah.
Things happen.
Scrubbed the floors.
You went through your crisis. I'm in a little bit of crisis right now, but I am not talking about it because it's confidential for my own personal reasons.
You're in a crisis. You're in a crisis. I'm on my way.
So, we will see. Well, our next episode's going to be a little special. This one's coming out this one will be coming out in February.
Yes.
And then our next episode will be coming out the week of Valentine's Day. Mm-hmm. And for those who are longtime listeners, longtime fans, everybody knows that last year we did a dating game on the podcast where I was supposed to find love with 3 bachelors, 3 lovely suitors.
I mean, you did technically move in with one.
I did technically move in with one. Not the one who won. Yeah. But I did move in with one. He's the room next door to me.
Yeah.
But yes, I did the dating game and didn't go out with any of them and started dating a lovely, lovely woman. Which I think is also kind of hilarious because they asked me out on Valentine's Day. So it's just funny how things come full circle. And we were going to ask a friend of ours to join the podcast to do the dating game. And she, at the time, was like, yeah, sure, no problem. Then she ended up getting in a relationship. And I was like, no, that's supposed to happen after you go on the dating show.
That's the thing. Is like, if you commit to being on the dating game,
stop dating. I'm just kidding.
You find someone immediately.
Yeah. Apparently that's how it works.
Because I did that dating game. We dated.
Oh yes, you did the actual dating game.
I did date somebody else like in between for like a month, but then my partner is like my forever partner now.
Yeah, I would say your other one was more of like a fling.
Yeah.
There was no real label.
It was a summer a summer romance.
It was your romance.
Summer romance. Yeah.
So, yes, we have a new Valentine's Day special coming this year. I don't know a lot about it, Kelsey.
And I'm not going to spoil it. Okay. I'm not going to let you spoil it because I have been in talks with a couple parties, a few parties, a million parties. Who knows what we're doing? I know what we're doing.
I'm very nervous.
But it's going to be great, and you'll definitely want to tune in.
We'll post about it more on social media as the week comes closer, just so then everyone is aware of what is going on.
Yeah. But keep your eyes, ears, and lips open. And with a kiss goodnight, Amy, give us the outro. The first outro of 2022.
Ooh, the first outro of 2022, and I'm probably going to mess it up. All right, but thank you guys so much for listening to the first episode of the new year. We're excited to get back into it. We have a lot in store, and it's kind of exciting that this is like the first episode, and then we're hopping into a special. That's just kind of fun.
That's how we do it. We love our fun little specials.
We love our fun little specials. We love committing to bits. So you can listen to us on Apple Podcasts, on Spotify, wherever else you want to listen to podcasts. You can find our lovely voices. You can subscribe to us on YouTube, where we put out a video version of the podcast. You can follow us on Instagram at Can You Take My Shift? Same with on Facebook. You can follow us on Twitter at CYTMS Podcasts. For Kelsey's lovely socials, you can find her on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter at Kelsey Peets. You can also find her now on Twitch. I'll plug you again because I can. Babushka Peets.
The little Russian grandma.
Little Russian grandma. And as for me, you can find me at Shelly Amy on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. I don't post a lot there, but I am there. And you can also find me on Twitch at that username as well. So until the next special, Kelsey, can you take my shift?
No, I have a lot to do for this special.
I'm big nervous. I am like almost more nervous for this than I was for the other one. The other one, I was nervous. I was also at a very different point in my life. Now I'm more nervous because I also know that this one involves my current partner in some aspect.
Oh. Wait and see.
Oh God. All right. We'll see you guys for the special.
Your call has been forwarded to an automatic voice message system.